Thank you for coming tonight. As you are aware, we are providing the citizenship classes. We have a civic classes that started a few weeks ago, and I am so proud that all of you have decided to become U.S. citizens. You have learned and are learning the American language, the English American language, and now you have decided to continue with the history of this country. If you see in your package, you will have the first slide that we also can show in the screen. And tonight we're going to be talking about the branches of government. Now, when you see or when you hear branches, you think about a tree. So that we have a symbol or some kind of icon that represents a tree with 3 branches. The branches that you see first, and if you can look also in your paper, if you cannot see the screen, you have the executive branch, you also have the legislative branch, and the other branch that you have is the judicial branch. Now those 3 branches are going to make our government. Now, if you are going to ask, well, what is the purpose of those 3 branches, and why do we need 3? Because some countries, as you were mentioning before, only have 2 branches. But our Constitution, and you can also look in your package and you find a paper that looks like that, and let me move to the next slide. You have a paper, and you have on the top, it says Constitution. The Constitution is our law, is the law that is going to give power or gives power to each branch in our government. Now, the first picture that you see is the legislative branch. The legislative branch is formed by 2 bodies, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House of Representatives are going to be, they're going to have representatives of each state. How many states do we have in our nation? 50. Very nice. Now, each state is going to have a representative, but because each state doesn't have the same population, they decided that according to the population, each state is going to have a number of representatives. Now think about California. California is a large state, larger than Kentucky. So they're going to have more people, and they are going to have more representatives, right? So our state, Kentucky, is a smaller state, is less people live in Kentucky compared to California. So we are going to have less representatives. Now, in the Senate, you see the other body that makes the Congress is going to be formed by the senators. Each state is going to give 2 senators. There are 2 senators per state. All right. So start taking your notes and start, looking at the picture and see the legislative 2 bodies. The Congress is the head of the legislative branch. 2 bodies is going to be formed this legislative branch, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Now let's move on now to the executive branch. The executive branch is the most important person here in our country, right? The president. We the people elect the president. The president is also the head of the executive branch, and along with the vice president, they work together, and their office are in the White House. The White House is also the president's home. The family, everybody moves there. And also his home and his office. You like to have a home and an office in the same place? All right, it's convenient for him, right? Now, let's move to the judicial branch. The judicial branch, as you see, they have not only 2, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 justices. And those people, how will they get along? We don't know. But those people are responsible in order for us to have an equal law, that everybody under the law are going to be treated equal. So those 9 justices are going to be elected or selected by the president. But guess what? Congress, if they don't like one of the friends of the president, they might say, we have to think about it. And they might not approve the selection of the justice that the president wants. So there is always a balance of power. So think about, that. The judicial branch is formed by 9 justices, and they get together and they work in the Supreme Court. Now let us move to the next, the legislative branch. Specifically, the legislative branch, let's review. This is a picture of how Congress get together. You have the senators on one side, and you have the representatives, and they talk and they get along, and that is the beauty of this country, that even though they have different parties, and we'll touch a little bit about the parties in this country. We have 2 major parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. In other countries that we're coming from, there are more than maybe 50, in Argentina, in Bolivia, there are more than 50 parties, and everybody wants to be a president. But here we have 2 major parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. But you see that is a picture of a regular session that they're having, Congress is having. And let us move to the next, the judicial branch. And the judicial branch, see how many judges or justices are in the judicial branch. 8, 7, 2, 9, there you go, perfect. So these are the current justices that are serving right now our country. You have 9, you see there are 2 ladies, so we need more ladies. Can you become a judge or justice? Yes, you can. Can you become a president? You have to be a born citizen. You have to be an American citizen born in the United States, or if your parents were a citizen and you were born in an island, but they registered in the American embassy, you can be a president. But if you were born in another country, like me, or we cannot be a president. But you can be a representative, or you can become a senator. So don't lose hope. All right? So let's go to the next one, the executive branch. The executive branch talks about our president, right? They are the ones who are going to give us the law. That is a nice picture of our president. And what is his name? Bush? No, that was a few years ago. Mr. Obama. And next to him, make sure that he is signing in the right place. He is our Vice President, Biden. And then we do have people, they have gathered together to see if he's probably signing a good law or something that they have agreed. All right, now let's review. The legislative branch makes the laws, approves presidential appointments like the justice, 2 senators from each state. The number of congressmen is based on population. California has more representatives than Kentucky. The executive branch, you are going to review there, and they have the president signs the laws, vetoes the laws, means that if he doesn't like that, what the law was passed by the Congress, they say no. Veto means no. Pardons people mean that if somebody in jail, that, no matter whatever reason, he will be pardoning him or her. Appoints federal judges for this branch, elected every 4 years. All right, so this president, this is his second term. He cannot be president anymore. Now, the judicial branch decides if laws are constitutional. The other thing is that are appointed by the president. And there are 9 judges. That's one of the questions. For sure, 9 judges are going to be in your exam. That's the question is always there. Can overturn ruling by other judges, in any court. All right, so you're going to have a test, a practice test, in order to make sure that we remember. And you're also going to have the practice test for the citizenship. And if you have any questions, please ask. And also, I have a book that I think I misplaced, but everybody have received a book that has Welcome to the United States. And it gives a review of all those branches of government. And let us end with that. So have a wonderful evening, and I'm so glad that we're studying all about our country. Good night.